The opening night for the NBA is just around the corner, and they released their opening week and Christmas schedule. So I wanted to go over these games because I know we're all excited and just see which matchups we're really anticipating. So let's look at 10/20. That's October 20th. There will be three games this year. Usually there's only two, and we always know the champion, they get their rings. But at 3 Eastern, these are all be Eastern time for the games. So on that Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have Boston versus the Pistons. That's going to be a basic game. Nothing too exciting on my end. I'm not really anticipating that game. That's why it's coming on at 3. I mean, Boston, Tatum's back, but I don't really see Boston making any noise this season. And the Pistons, they didn't make enough moves to me this offseason. So this game, it could be decent, but who's going to take off of work to really watch it? But then we have at 7 p.m. the Sixers versus the Knicks. Man, that is must-see TV. The Knicks will be getting their rings, and the Sixers will be watching. I don't know if they're going to be out there. They might be in a locker room still, but this will be exciting because we have LeBron, we have Jalen. Who else? I mean, Maxey. Man, this is going to be, hopefully Embiid plays. Man, but this is going to be an exciting game. This is definitely a must-watch 7 p.m. game. But then at the 9:30 slot, we have OKC versus the Spurs. And we know how much these teams really hate each other. But I think OKC will win this game. OKC, they'll be healthy and they're motivated. So out of these three games, I have the Pistons winning game 1. I have the Sixers winning game 2 against the Knicks on the Knicks floor. Then I have OKC beating the Spurs. So the opening night is very exciting. So let's get into night 2 on that Wednesday, October 21st. We have two games at 7:30 Eastern time. We have the Timberwolves versus the Heat. The Timberwolves, it's going to be really exciting to see Melo and Edwards on the same court and see what they can really do. I don't know. It's gonna, it's a long season, but that'll be a great game for sure. The Heat, I don't know for sure. I don't think the Heat, I think they're going to be in the middle of the pack, might be a play-in team again. I just don't see Giannis making that much of a difference with that team. I just don't see it. So this will be a decent game on the Wednesday night, the second night of the NBA. But then at the 10 o'clock slot, we have Golden State versus the Lakers. This is a decent game, not too exciting. I don't know. I mean, we have Steph Curry, but he's up there in age. Luka plays no defense. So on the Wednesday night games, I don't know, they're decent. But I have the Wolves over the Heat. Then I have Golden State over the Lakers. I'm not too excited about any Lakers or Golden State games this year, or even the Heat. The Wolves, yeah. But on Wednesday, that's the only team I'm looking forward to for sure. But then on Thursday, we have two more games. One at 7, we have the Cavs versus the 76ers. So it'll be good to see LeBron playing against his old team, the Cavs. Man, that'll be great. But I have the 76ers definitely beating the Cavs. But then at the 9:30 slot, we have Denver versus OKC. It'll be interesting to see what Denver really does this year. They made a few moves, but was it really anything that's, going to get them a championship? I'm not really sure, but I think OKC should win this game. So I have 76ers winning the first game and OKC winning game 2. But then on Friday, we have the Knicks versus Boston. That's the first game, and that'll be very exciting for sure. But it's only because of the Knicks. The Knicks are must-see TV, but I don't see Boston doing much, so I have the Knicks winning that game. But then at 9:30 Eastern, we have the Rockets versus the Spurs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel too good about the Rockets this year, but I think the Spurs should win this game. If the Spurs, keep up everything they did last year, they should be pretty high up there. I have them probably number 2 in the West, but I have OKC number 1 again this year. But let's get into the Christmas schedule. Man, this is probably one of the best Christmas Day schedules I've seen in a long time when it comes to the NBA. We have the Spurs and Knicks. That's game 1. The Heat, Boston, game 2. 76ers versus the Lakers, game 3. OKC versus the Wolves, game 4. and Denver versus the Warriors, game 5. So game 1, I have, Spurs versus the Knicks. That was the finals last year. That's a toss-up. I'm not really sure. I don't know. That's too close to call, but I'm going to go with the Spurs. Spurs in game 1. Heat versus Boston, decent, but I have the Heat over Boston. I don't really have Boston doing much, but the 76ers versus the Lakers. That's going to be a great game to watch LeBron play against his old team. And I like that. Think about this. The Lakers, they played every opening night of the NBA that LeBron was there, but they are not playing opening night this year. That's because LeBron, man, he brings in the ratings. But I have the 76ers over the Lakers. Then I have OKC over the Wolves. And then I have Denver over the Warriors. So in the finals, if every team is healthy, I'm just saying, if these teams are healthy, have OKC versus the Sixers, but then have OKC taking it all. So those are my NBA final predictions before the season even starts. So let us know in the comments, are you excited for the opening week, the Christmas schedule, and who do you have taking the NBA championship this year? But let us know in the comments.